Icon series.
Hi children, good morning. In the previous episode, we have discussed different types of plants, different types of terrestrial plants. That means the plants which grow in the deserts, the plants of hilly areas, the plants of marshy areas, etc. And different types of aquatic plants. That means the plants which grow on the surface of water and which grow under the water. That means also submerged water. And different types of insectivorous plants. So these are the different types of plants we have discussed in the previous episode in the first chapter. So today our episode is about the second chapter, the world of leaves. So now we are going to discuss in this chapter different types of leaves and their uses and functions. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about leaves. That means different types of leaves. Different types of leaves. And different types of leaves and uses of leaves. And third one is the functions of leaves. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about these three types of leaves. So these three topics. So what are the different types of leaves and what are the uses of leaves and what are the functions of the leaves. So now, what is a leaf? So what is a leaf? Children, so the leaf is a most important part of the plant. So plant has so many parts like roots, stem, branches and fruits, flowers and leaves. Among all the parts, the leaf is the most important part of the plant. And most of the leaves are in green color. So most of the plants have leaves in green color because the leaves have a green color pigment called chlorophyll. So leaves have a green color pigment called chlorophyll. So because of this green color pigment chlorophyll, so the leaves are in green color. So leaves are present in green color because of this green color pigment chlorophyll present in the leaves. So if the chlorophyll is absent, the leaves are not present in green color. So the reason for the green color of the leaves is chlorophyll, which is a green color pigment. And this chlorophyll is very helpful to the leaves to prepare their food. So all leaves prepare the food with the help of chlorophyll present in them. So if there is no chlorophyll in their leaves, the leaves cannot prepare their food. That's why a tree requires a lot of leaves for their food. So this is about leaf. So leaf is the most important part of the plant and leaves present in green color because of the chlorophyll present in them. So it is a green color pigment, that means a green colored substance. That's why leaves gets green color and this chlorophyll helps the leaves to prepare their food. So if there is no chlorophyll, the leaves cannot prepare their food. Next, different types of leaves. So what are different types of leaves? As children, so we have discussed in the previous chapter, so there are different types of plants. So the plants which grow in the desert, the plants which grow on the marshy areas, the plants which grow in the hilly areas. So this way we have discussed different types of plants. And all the plants does not have same type of leaves. So you are observing different types of plants in your surroundings and all the plants have same type of leaves? No. Different types of plants have different types of animals. So they have different sizes, So they are different in their sizes, and they are different in their shape, and they have different color, and they have different texture also. So in this way, the leaves are different in their shapes and their sizes and in their color and in their texture. And some leaves are big and some leaves are small. And if you observe, some leaves are tall and some leaves are short. And some leaves are narrow and some leaves are broad. And if you consider the plants which are grow in the hilly areas, especially the pine trees and coniferous trees, especially the leaves are very thin, like blade-shaped structures. So in this way, some leaves are thin, some leaves are thick, and some leaves are big and some leaves are small, and some leaves are long and some leaves are short, and some leaves are broad and some leaves are narrow, and some leaves present in green color, some leaves present in red color, and some leaves present in yellow color, and some leaves present in white color, etc. So in this way, different plants have different types of leaves, and they have different types of sizes, different types of colors. So these are the different types of leaves we are observing in our surroundings. Next, the edible leaves. So among the leaves, so there are some leaves which we can eat them as a food. So we can cook those leaves and we can eat them as our food. So that's why those leaves are called edible leaves. So edible leaves means the leaves which we can eat are called edible leaves. So we can eat the leaves of some plants in our food. So we can cook those leaves and we can take those leaves as a food. That's why those leaves are called edible leaves. So edible leaves means which we can eat are called edible leaves. So examples for the edible leaves are, the first one is spinach, coriander, next mustard, tulasi, mint, methi, lettuce. So children, so these are the some examples for edible leaves. So we can use all these types of leaves in different types of food materials. So we can use these leaves so in our daily life, in our food materials, spinach, coriander, mustard, tulasi, mint, methi, lettuce, etc. And the leaves, they contains nutrients. That means so many vitamins, minerals are there in their leaves, so which are very helpful to our body, and they have provides roughage. So they provides roughage to our body. That means these are very helpful in the digestion of the food. So and prevents the constipation. So that's why we can eat these type of leaves in our foods. So these are called edible leaves. So we can eat these leaves in our food. So that's why these are called edible leaves. So these are very rich in the vitamins, minerals, and they are very helpful to our body, and they prevent also constipation because they give sufficient roughage in our food. That's why we have to take these leaves as a food, especially twice or thrice in a week. The next topic is the parts of a leaf. So what are the different parts present in a leaf? So have you ever seen the leaf? So you will observe carefully the leaf. You will observe some parts. So what are the different parts of a leaf? So children, so look at the picture. So this is a leaf. So here the leaf are attached to the branches. So generally the leaves are attached to the branches. The part where the leaf is attached to the branch is called stalk. So this is called stalk. So the part where the leaf is attached to the branch is called stalk, or it can also called as petiole. So petiole. Next, the flat green part of the leaf. So the flat green part of the leaf is called leaf blade or lamina. So the flat green part of the leaf is called leaf blade or leaf lamina. And if you observe the leaf carefully, see there will be a thick tube will passes through the middle of the leaf. So that thick tube which passes through the middle of the leaf is called midrib. So the thick tube which passes through the middle of the leaf is called midrib, or it can also be called as main vein. Main vein. And there are some thin tubes. There are some thin tubes which will grow on both sides of the main vein are called side veins or venous. So the thin tubes which grow on either side of the midrib or main vein are called side veins. And the top part is called tip of the leaf. So it is called tip of the leaf. So these are the some important parts of the leaf. So here the midrib divides the leaf into two parts. So children, so these are the main parts. Look at the picture. So you are observing some important parts in the leaf. So the first one is the part where the leaf is attached to the stem is called stalk or petiole. And there is a thick tube passes through the middle of the plant. The thick tube is called midrib or main vein. And there are there are some thin veins that grow on either side of the midrib are called side veins. And the tip of the leaf is called leaf tip. So these are some important parts of the plant. These are some important parts of the leaf. Children, we have already earlier discussed that almost all leaves are present in green color because of the green color leaves contains a green color pigment called chlorophyll. So this chlorophyll brings the leaves into green color, and they can prepare their food in the presence of chlorophyll. So if there is no chlorophyll in the leaves, they cannot prepare their food. So chlorophyll is very helpful to the leaves in preparing their food. So the preparation of the food by the leaves by using this chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. So the process in which the leaves prepare their food by using chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. So here in the word photosynthesis, the word photo means light. So the word photo means light, and the word synthesis means combination. So the word photo means light, that means sunlight. So the leaves absorbs sunlight, and in the presence of sunlight, it will combines. That means the leaves will mixes the water and the carbon dioxide present in the air and prepares their food. So the process of preparation of the food in the presence of light by using chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. So in the process photosynthesis, the required components by the plant are, so the first one is sunlight. For photosynthesis process, So the leaves should require sunlight and water and minerals. And third one is carbon dioxide. So by using these components, plants can prepare their food with the help of chlorophyll. For example, the water. So the plant absorbs water from the soil, and carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the leaves in the atmosphere, and this water and minerals and carbon dioxide will be mixed up. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it prepares their food, and this process is called photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is the process of preparation of the food by the leaves in the combination of water, minerals and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So the photosynthesis can be written in the form of an equation like this. So the first required component for the photosynthesis is water. So water, minerals, and this water and minerals are mixed up. That means combined with carbon dioxide present in the air. So this water, minerals and carbon dioxide mixed up with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll. So with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll present in the leaves. So in the presence of sunlight, the leaves will combine. That means the leaves will mixes the water, minerals and carbon dioxide, and they will prepare the food. Here the food prepared by the leaves is a one type of sugar called glucose. So glucose is one type of sugar. So that means the glucose is the food prepared by the plants. And in the process of photosynthesis, the plants will give off oxygen into the atmosphere. So children, so this is the equation for the photosynthesis. So from this equation, we can clearly understand what is photosynthesis. Here photo means light, that is sunlight energy, and synthesis means combination. So combination means mixing. So the plant will mixes water, minerals and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll present in it and prepare the food. And the prepared food is called one type of sugar, glucose. And during photosynthesis, the oxygen will be given out into the atmosphere. So this oxygen is very, very helpful to all living organisms for their survival. So plants will produce oxygen in the process of photosynthesis. This oxygen will be taken out by the living organisms like animals and human beings, and they can able to survive. So children, this is about the photosynthesis. So photosynthesis can be written in the form of equation like this. So children, so up to now we have discussed how leaves can prepare their food. So leaves can prepare their food in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll present in them. So chlorophyll is very, very helpful to the leaves in the preparation of their food. So if there is no chlorophyll in their leaves, they cannot able to prepare their food. But some plants have their leaves which are not present in the green color. So generally we can observe some plants and they have leaves in red color and in yellow color and in white color, etc. So how can those plants, that means how can those leaves can prepare their food? So how can the non-green leaves prepare their food? So leaves can prepare their food when there is only chlorophyll. So the chlorophyll is present in only in the green colored leaves. That non-green colored leaves does not have chlorophyll. Then the non-green colored leaves cannot prepare their food. For example, if we take the cactus. So cactus plant. So have you ever seen the cactus plant? So these plants are generally observed in deserts. So look at the picture, you are observing the cactus plant. So in cactus plants there are no leaves. So cactus plants does not have leaves. So if it has no leaves, how it can prepare its food? So all leaves are converted into thorns. So in cactus there are no leaves and leaves are reduced into thorns. These thorns prevents the cactus for preventing the cactus from the losing of water and from the grazing of other animals by the ants. Then how can the cactus plants prepare their food? So if you observe the cactus plants have a green colored stem. So here their stem is present in green color and chlorophyll is present in their stems. That's why their stems helpful in the preparation of food. So in cactus plants, the stem is in green color. So that's why the stems are helpful in preparing their food. That's why stem will prepare the food in cactus plants and stores their food in the stem. That's why the stem of the cactus plants are very thick and strong, because the food is stored in their stems, because the stem prepare their food, because the stem is present in green color. That's why the stem prepares their food and stores their food in their stems. That's why the stems of the cactus plants are very thick and strong. So in the same way, if we take some species of croton plants, so generally, we will keep the croton plants in our houses for interior decoration and to get beautifulness for our houses. So if you observe the leaves of some croton plants, the leaves are present, some leaves are present in red color, and some leaves are present in yellow color, and some leaves are present in white color. So look at the picture. Here you are observing the leaves of some croton plants. So most part of the leaves are present in red color and green color is present in very, very less part. So although the leaves are present in red color, so the chlorophyll present in the less part of the green colored part is helpful in preparing the food in croton plants. So although the red colored pigments hides the chlorophyll for preparing the food, whereas the small parts of the green colored parts in their leaves prepare their food by using the chlorophyll. So this is about some croton plants. So croton plants can prepare their food with the help of small parts of the green color present in the leaves, and the small parts of the green colored parts in the leaves have chlorophyll, and that chlorophyll helps in preparing the food in such type of croton plants. And next one is mushrooms. So have you ever seen mushrooms? So in rainy season, so if you went outside the trees, you will observe some umbrella-like structure at their bottom. So this type of plants are called mushrooms, and they does not have any green colored leaves and they does not have any green colored stem. So the most of the mushrooms are present in white color. Then how can prepare their food? So since they are not present in green color, there is no chlorophyll in them, and since there is no chlorophyll, the mushrooms cannot able to prepare their food by themselves. So that's why they will prepare on the wood which they grow on. Generally, mushrooms are grown on wet wood. So they will absorb some dead organs or dead plants from the wood, and they will get the nutrients required for their bodies. So generally mushrooms will absorb the dead plants, dead organs, dead leaves, dead insects, and they will absorb the nutrients from the dead leaves, dead plants, dead leaves, and they will grow up. Because they does not prepare food by themselves, because there is no chlorophyll, because they are not present in green color. That's why they will depend upon another trees, another plants, another insects. So this is about the process in non-green leaves. The next topic in this chapter is interdependence between plants and animals. That means how plants and animals are dependent on each other. So what is the relation between plants and animals? So in the previous topic we have discussed that leaves can prepare their food with the help of the chlorophyll present in them. So during the process of photosynthesis, the leaves will give off oxygen into the atmosphere. So during the process photosynthesis, the leaves can prepare their food. That means they will mixes, that means they will combine the water, minerals and carbon dioxide present in the air, and in the presence of sunlight, those water, minerals and carbon dioxide will be converted into their food. And during the process of photosynthesis, the leaves will given out oxygen. So they give off oxygen into the atmosphere. And this oxygen is very, very helpful to all living beings, that means all plants and all animals and human beings. So this oxygen will be taken by the animals. So the animals will breathe in this oxygen and they are able to survive. Next, this photosynthesis process, the leaves will prepare their food. That means they will prepare fruits and vegetables. So fruit means the leaves will prepare their food in the form of fruits and vegetables. And these fruits and vegetables are very useful for the animals. So children, so plants will give food for the animals and gives oxygen for the animals. So without oxygen and without food, the living beings cannot survive on the earth. So that in this way, the plants are producing oxygen which are very helpful for the animals, and they produce food, that means fruits and vegetables for the animals, and with the help of this food they can get energy and they can perform various type of activities in their lives. So in this way, the plants are very, very helpful to the animals. And again in the same way, these animals will give off carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That means the animals will breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And this carbon dioxide will be utilized in the photosynthesis process by the plants. So the given out carbon dioxide by the animals is helpful for the plants in preparing the food. So that means both plants and animals will depend upon each other, because the plants gives oxygen and food for the animals, and animals will give carbon dioxide to the plants. So without animals there are no plants, and without plants there are no animals. So in this way, both plants and animals will depend upon each other. So that's why there should be a balance between plants and animals in the environment. We have to keep both plants and animals in our environment. There only then a natural balance will be occurred in the surroundings. So children, now learn about some functions of leaves. Up to now we have discussed what is the leaf and what are the different parts of leaves and what are the uses of leaves. Now we are going to learn about the functions of leaves. So what are the functions of leaves? So the first one is, so these plants gives shadow during hot summer days and cools the environment. For example, some trees like banyan tree, mango tree, neem tree. So these are the trees which gives an extensive shadow during the hot summer days. So the first function is gives shadow. So gives shadow during hot summer days and cools the environment. Next, the second one is the rotten leaves. That means the fallen leaves rot and gives and makes the soil humus. So during some seasons, the trees will fall in their leaves to prevent the loss of water. So during some seasons, so the plants will fall their leaves, so to prevent the loss of water and to retain the water in their bodies. And those fallen leaves will be decomposed and converted into some compost and will become rot, and those fallen leaves becomes rot and becomes compost and makes the soil very humus, and the soil is very helpful for the plants for their healthy growth, and it will give nutrients to the soil. So in this way, the fallen leaves becomes rot and makes the soil humus. So this is one more function. And the next one is these leaves block the wind. So blocks the wind and also the soil from the soil erosion. So soil erosion. So during the cyclone times, so the water will flow on the ground and the water will take away the humus soil present on the upper parts of the soil. So because of these plants will prevent the soil from the soil erosion during rainy days and during the cyclone times. So that's why these leaves, that means these leaves blocks the winds and blocks the soil and prevents the soil from the soil erosion. Next, another function is, so they will respirate. That means they will give out water vapor. They will give out water vapor. So because the leaves contains small pores on its surface. The leaves have small pores on its surface. That small pores are called stomata. So the small pores are called stomata, and this stomata will give out water vapor into the atmosphere. So just like in human beings we have sweat glands on their skin. So in the same way, the plants have also some holes in their leaves. That holes are called stomata, and the excess water it comes out through this stomata into the atmosphere as a water vapor. So this water vapor comes out from the stomata of the leaves, cools the atmosphere, so cools the surroundings. So the water vapor gives out by the leaves and cools the environment. So this is the one more function of the leaves. And another function, important function is the leaves will prepare food for the plant. So they will prepare food for the plants. So by using the process of photosynthesis, that means in the presence of sunlight, these leaves mixes the water, minerals and carbon dioxide present in the water and prepares the food which is called glucose. So the important function of the leaves is prepare food for the plant. And also they will give food. So these leaves will give food for the animals. So some animals like herbivores, so the animals which eat only plants and grass are called herbivores. So for those animals, so they eat the leaves of the plant. So they will give food for the animals. And another function is they will absorb the noise in our surroundings and reduces noise pollution. So another important function of the leaves is reduces noise pollution. So how they reduce noise pollution means they absorb the noise and disturbances present in our surroundings and reduces the noise pollution in our surroundings. So these are some functions of the leaves. The first one is gives shadow during hot summer days, and the fallen leaves becomes rot and decompose and makes the soil humus. That means provides the soil humus. And these humus soils are very helpful for the plants for their healthy growth. And third one is blocks winds and prevents the soil from the soil erosion. And another one is they gives out water vapor which cools the surrounding environment. Another one is they prepare food for the plant. And they gives food for the plant eaters. That means herbivorous animals. And another one is reduces noise pollution in our surroundings. So children, so these are the functions of the leaves.